Welcome back to NBA playoff coverage here on The Edge. I'm your host, Jacob Wayne, joined by Braxton Reynolds. Going to run through these four games here, these four game ones on Sunday, April 21st. We're about an hour away from tip of the first game, which is the Miami Heat at the Boston Celtics. Boston spread up to 14.5. I believe it opened at like 11.5. So definitely steaming towards Boston here, expecting a blowout in this one. Braxton, any props, any first basket plays, anything you're looking to bet in this Heat Celtics game?
Yeah, so I'm going Jalen Brown first basket for my prop in this game, getting 5-1. And, Brown leads them in team first field goal attempt percentage, which basically is just a fancy word for how often he takes Boston's first shot of the game. So that's a very good indicator all year of first basket volume. And then I like his matchup too, because the Heat give up a lot of paint, non restricted field goal attempts, and then they give up a lot of above the break threes. That kind of fits Jalen Brown's shot profile and where he likes to shoot in the first quarter. So getting 5-1, I think, I would price it at 4-1 personally. So I like the edge I'm getting here. And then secondly, I'm going Drew Holiday, first basket 3-point at 26-1 on FanDuel. And, like I mentioned, the above the break three aspect is huge for Boston here. And Holiday's been really getting a lot of shots from there in the first quarter. He has a very good team and game first field goal attempt percentage. I think 26-1 is a very good price. I think I would price it at 20-1 if I was making it. So those are my two plays for that game.
Love it, man. I have one player prop here as well. I went with Peyton Pritchard over 5.5 points. I understand why this got adjusted because obviously he's been going way over this lately. Celtics have been, resting their starters, either pulling them late in the game or not playing them at all. And Pritchard last few games, he has a 31-point game, his 38-point game, 21-20. Like he's been scoring really well, and I think this is a correction to say like he won't be as involved, but I think the Celtics trust him, and I think he's going to be a crucial player for them off the bench here. You also look at the spread in this game, and it's a 14.5 point spread. So if this is a blowout, like the Bucks are expecting here, Pritchard's going to get opportunities, especially in the second half. But he is over this number in 36 of 42 games this season, where the Celtics win by 10 plus. They're favored by 14 here, like I said. So like that. And then over in 34 of 41 home games this season. We know role players tend to play better at home in playoff games, and he's shooting 44% from three this season. Should get plenty of catch and shoot opportunities with all the defensive attention that's going to be put on Jason Tatum and the rest of the stars. So love Pritchard in this spot. Let's move on to Dallas Mavericks at the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm going to be leaving for this game in about an hour here. So fired up for that. Braxton, anything catching your eye in this one?
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard uncertainty. It's probably a stay away for me for the player props until I see what happens in game one. But I'm going to go Kyrie Irving first basket at 7-1. He leads them in game first field goal attempt percentage and team also. So he takes their first shot basically at the highest rate. And the Clippers allow a lot above the break threes, a lot of shooting guards to go off. I think it's a good matchup for him. Luca would seem the obvious pick, and it is a good pick. But at 4.5-1, I just don't like it enough. And I think the Clips are going to be aggressive in that coverage in the pick and roll. I think Kyrie Irving kind of comes out and takes the scoring load in the beginning.
Could see that for sure. I had one player prop in this one that I like. It's going to be Russell Westbrook over 17.5 PRAs. I think it might be moving up this morning. Let me double check what the current number is, but still playable for me. Currently at 18.5, still playable for me at that number. He is over 17.5. I'm not sure about the 18.5 number, but over 17.5 in all 10 games without Kawhi Leonard this season. Expecting Kawhi to be ruled out here. Disappointing as a Clippers fan, but creates an opportunity to bet on a player prop that I see has value. And I think Westbrook in general in this series is going to be really important. His defense is crucial in the backcourt in this series. Much better option on that end than James Harden. And you could see Westbrook playing pretty heavy minutes load in this series overall. But without Kawhi Leonard today, I think he's going to take on a big burden as scorer, distributor. He'll get to work on the glass without Kawhi. Like, just all over the place. I think his energy is going to be crucial in this game. So I love the number for him here. Let's move on to the Indiana Pacers at the Milwaukee Bucks. Tipping off here at 7 p.m. Eastern. Current line has the Pacers as a 1-point favorite on the road. Basically, pick them on the spread. High over/under of 231.5, which expected for these games. Pacers did go 4-1 against the Bucks this season. Check out our. I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but check out our playoff series breakdowns as well, because interesting thoughts from Braxton on Tyrese Halliburton in this series. I love hearing you break down the schematics of it. So I'm going to ask you first, and then I'll let you get your first basket plays if you have any. But first off, is there any way you're looking to attack Tyrese Halliburton props in this first game?
I would usually go points, but I'm kind of worried about his health. I don't mind the double double if you get a good price, or if you go even 11 assists. I think that's fine. Milwaukee's not going to be able to stop him and kind of wall off his driving lanes. I think he's going to penetrate the paint without too much difficulty. Without Giannis, that's a huge loss for them, because he's kind of everywhere on defense. He's that guy that's disrupting passing lanes and kind of clouding Halliburton's vision. Vision. So I think he's going to dish the ball a lot. I like their corner shooters here. That's an angle I was going to attack too. So I think Halliburton assists could be a good option here.
Go for it. If you said you're gonna attack the 3-point shooters.
Yeah, I don't mind Aaron Nesmith points here too. It's 11.5. He's a good transition weapon. I don't see the Bucks really having a good transition defense in this spot, especially against Halliburton kind of orchestrating that offense. And, he's going to get corner threes. Like I said, I think 15 points would be a good line for him, good, reasonable amount. So 11.5 is a good line for me.
I like that. Curious to see how. I mean, I can't get a great read on this series overall. I know we like Indiana, especially if Giannis is going to be out for a little bit, but they're just inexperienced. They haven't been in these games before, and they're facing Milwaukee, who, for all their faults, is a team full of veteran players who have been in the playoffs and have been in these environments before. So I'm curious how that plays out today. Wouldn't be shocked if the Bucks get out to a fast start here, to be honest. I think they're going to be playing with some more desperation, knowing that the Pacers took care of business against them during the regular season. All those games happened earlier in the year. Halliburton hasn't been quite the same guy lately, so hopefully he gets back to form. Nothing for me in terms of player props in this one. Not a game that I have a great read on. Definitely would be high scoring though. Some good opportunities for some alt lines if you have a player you really like here. But let's move on to our final game, Braxton. Going to be the New Orleans Pelicans facing your Oklahoma City Thunder. Spread sitting at 8.5, over under 215.5. I was looking at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think his line dropped a little bit. I think it was at 30.5 and it's down to 28.5. I would have been interested in playing the under on 30.5, facing Herb Jones and the Pelicans' perimeter defense, but at 28.5, probably a pass for me. Any thoughts on Shai's matchup today, or any other angles you like here?
Yeah, I mean, Herb Jones obviously is a nightmare matchup, but they don't really have the rim protection at all to deter him. So if he can get the edge and get any advantage, I think he's going to get to the basket at will. So I'm not really thrilled about his points prop in this series. I don't think I would play it unless it's like something absurd like 25.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Any first basket plays you like here?
Yeah, I'm going Chet Holmgren 5-1 and Holmgren 3-point at 22-1. So when these teams played, Holmgren 3-point was OKC's first shot in all three games. And I don't think that's a fluke, because Pels can't really defend the pick and pop. Valanciunas doesn't have the mobility to step up and contest that. And, I don't think their guards can really navigate that screen to contest Holmgren when it's SGA. I mean, I don't think they really want to leave SGA with Valanciunas just to take away that pick and pop. So I think Chet first basket 3-point is going to be one to take this whole series.
Yeah, I love that. Kind of goes right into my prop, but schematically, I think it's going to be interested to see how the Pelicans handle this, because, like you said, Valanciunas is going to have a hard time extending to their perimeter to guard Chet out there. could see them play some more small ball here, which would help my prop, which is Brandon Ingram over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. He looks great against the Kings on Friday night. Should just be trending up in health in general. And no Zion Williamson, obviously going to affect this entire team, but definitely going to see a usage uptick for Brandon Ingram. He's at the over on this prop in 8 of 10 games this season without Zion. And in addition to the assists, which he had 6 assists against the Kings, his assist percentage definitely ticks up without Zion. But I think the rebounding upside is pretty tremendous in this series. OKC 28th in rebound percentage. And like I said, we could see the Pelicans go for some more small ball because of Valanciunas' difficulties defending on the perimeter. And if they do that, only going to be a further boost to BI's rebounding chances. I don't even mind, like, if you want to play a double-double prop at some plus money, I think there's a lot of upside for BI in the rebounding department here. So I like that angle too. But yeah, Brandon Ingram over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. Braxton, before we get out of here, just general thoughts on the Thunder's game today and how you're feeling as a Thunder fan heading into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they stop CJ McCollum's scoring and Lou Dort will be a big part of that, then I wouldn't be too concerned because their offense will pretty much not have the firepower to keep up if McCollum's not playing well. And they played once this year without Zion and the full roster besides him healthy. It was 107 to 83. So New Orleans offense may just not be enough to keep him in the series. I feel good about the series overall.
Yeah, I was thinking about betting the Pelicans on the spread here, to be honest, but then I went and looked at that game, and yeah, just an ugly offensive showing from them. I need to see it. I think we might see it today. I wouldn't be shocked if Pelicans, especially in the first half, start well, but I need to see some offensive viability from them before I'm comfortable backing them in the series, I think. But going to be an interesting one. Thunder's first real playoff series of this new era with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the whole crew. So exciting stuff there. Check out our playoff series breakdowns if you haven't already for some more in-depth thoughts on the matchups, some official predictions for these series, and the whole thing. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully, help you guys with some player props and first basket props in this one. Go follow Braxton on Twitter for all of his first basket plays. Braxton, your Twitter is
B Reynolds 200.
all right. Go follow him there. I've been absolutely crushing the first basket props. So hopefully, you guys have a great Sunday watching these games, and we'll catch you on the next video.